Welcome back to another video, and tonight we are looking at Workhorse stock. As we know, this is WKHS stock, and the reason why we're looking at it tonight is because Workhorse stock has really kind of been dropping over the past week, if not longer than that. Now, I actually do have positions in this stock, if you were wondering, because sometimes people do ask me that. But yeah, tonight we're going to be looking at, is the drop over? Are we going to start to see the price of Workhorse stock bounce and start to go back up? So we're going to be looking at some realistic factors of why this may or may not happen, whether you should potentially buy the dip, and other good things. So I think that you're going to learn a lot from this video, so if you think that you will, please do help us out by leaving a like and also subscribing. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. You can see right now we're almost halfway there, so if you could just be one of those people to just press that little red subscribe button and also share this with your friends, family, loved ones and colleagues to help us basically get the message about stock trading out there. Second thing is, we now have a Discord server out, so we're going to talk about stocks and loads of different companies and factors about the stock market on there. So if you want to find the link to it, it will be in the description, if not the comment section. So we got like 10 members already, which is actually decent. I think that is going to be a nice place to come and talk about stocks. So sorry for the long intro, but just before we do start, another thing which I really do need to add and stress: I am not a financial advisor. I am just somebody on the internet with an opinion, so treat everything that I say in this video as nothing apart from that. Right, so tonight we're going to be comparing Workhorse stock to the Nasdaq, and the reason for that is because when these two stocks are basically in comparison, they are kind of in similar leagues. So of course, Workhorse is an electric vehicle stock. Similarly, the Nasdaq is also technology kind of stocks, and Tesla is on there. If you're wondering why I've put the Nasdaq when potentially it's more about electronics, but if you think about it, electric vehicles can also fit into this category, and that is why Tesla is in there. But yeah, so when we look at these two in comparison, and then when we independently look at Workhorse later, you will see the correlation if there is any. So on the 5-day, let's have a quick look. So you can see the Nasdaq has really just been pumping up on quite a linear path over the past 5 days. The same really cannot be said for Workhorse. I mean, it's been kind of stable up until around the 9th or 8th of October at 15.30, you can see at this point, and that's when we really saw it start to, increase. Looking out longer than that, I don't think that the Workhorse stock really does play any, play into the Nasdaq's guide at all, because the Nasdaq is really not moving the same as Workhorse. So in this case, it looks like the Nasdaq is actually outperforming Workhorse stock, which has really not been the case before this. We can see that from here, Workhorse was really quite the growth stock, and it really just slowed down as it took this sell-off. I mean, you can see here we saw even bigger of a sell-off before that, but this is just what happens when you get into these high-risk stocks. But yeah, you can see what's happened here, and the Nasdaq is really just outperforming Workhorse stock. Not really on the 6-month though, because Nasdaq is kind of, slow growing in comparison to Workhorse stock, which is more volatile and a smaller stock. So yeah, when we look at Workhorse stock by itself, let's go into 1 day and talk about why this may be significant. So last night we actually touched on Hyliion stock, which is HYLN stock. It's another electric vehicle stock on the stock market, and basically what happened with their stock is we actually saw a similar thing, where the stock kind of started to look like it was showing some support and like might bounce back. Now we're seeing the same thing, if not stronger, with Workhorse stock, and we're going to be looking at why this might be happening. So when we have a quick look and type in Workhorse news, you'll see there are some articles, but not really anything really too significant. It's just something about Trump and disappointment. I have actually scanned that, and I can just tell you it's not really anything too important regarding the stock. I mean, yes, it could potentially fall, but over the long term, it's not really something I was worried about. Of course, I am no financial advisor, but that's just my opinion. But why has this stock fallen in the first place? Well, I'm going to be giving a few of my opinions. First one of my opinions is simply Nikola. So you could be asking yourself, why is Nikola going to be affecting the stock? That is a stupid thing to say. Well, let's think about it. Workhorse is one of those stocks in a way is similar to Nikola because 1, they are both electric vehicle manufacturing companies. 2, I believe they both went public via a SPAC, and then obviously that's going to make people think, is this the kind of market that you want to get into? We saw a lot of electric vehicles sell off. We saw a lot of them really start to take a hit. We saw Hyliion go down massively, Workhorse go down massively, and I am saying that some of this is to do with Nikola. Now, of course, we did also see Tesla go down as well, but the thing about Tesla is being a bit more of an established company, people know what to expect. I mean, you can just go down the road and actually see Tesla cars on the street, so you can 100% say that they're legit because you can see them with your own eyes every single day. The thing about Workhorses yes, they are out there, same with Helion, but they're just not so visible, they're not so common, and that is going to lead people to not be, as confident to invest in it. Also, it's more of a small cap company, and that could have dissuaded investors, after the Nicholas scandal thing kind of came out. Another thing which I'm going to be talking about is the election. So we've been talking about this in the Discord server as well, but I think that the election was obviously going to have an effect on some stocks. It's going to have an effect on some stocks more than others. And my reason behind this one is actually because of what happened with Trump and the Lordstown Motors truck. And of course, if Trump gets in, great, that could show great signs for the company, because obviously Workhorse owns a 10 or 11% stake in Lordstown. But of course, if Trump does not get in, then what? Of course, a lot of people really did start to invest in the company, or at least in the Lordstown, and subsequently into Workhorse after Trump was advertising the truck outside the White House. And of course, if Trump does not get in, then that's kind of taking away some of the, incentive to buy the stock. So there's two potential reasons why they might have gone down. You guys tell me on the Discord if you know any of the reasons, or if you can think of any of the reasons. Tell me if you think it's going to bounce back. Personally, I think we should start to see some support soon. I really think the stock has taken a beating. I mean, let's have a look down to where we were at. We were at highs of around $27, $30, and now we're at $26. And that's after a sharp climb up to date. We're really at $23. I'm sure a lot of people got stopped out and lost a lot of money as well. I am one of those people who actually lost money, so I can really relate to that one. But yeah, we'll just have to see what goes on with this one. Come and tell me on the Discord what you think. If not, please do subscribe and check out any of the other videos which are on the channel. Thank you for your time. Link will be below.